you know what? I love Rhode Island. I love Rhode Island. New Jersey, the early seasons of New Jersey, it was nostalgic, right? Because New Jersey came out in what, 2009? This was like before, this is like the early years of the Housewife universe. Forget about the franchise, the universe, the Housewife universe, the Bravo universe. It's a lot different now. Housewife franchises, they've been evolving for 20 years. I love Rhode Island. Dare I even say that Rhode Island is actually my favorite. In the second episode, I was like, you know what? I'm starting to like Kelsey. So she's in Newport. She hosts a wine tasting vineyard event. I don't even know what she's hosting, but anyway, they sit down to eat and they play like this kind of icebreaker game where everybody is just putting questions in a box and you're just going to all, ask each other the questions that you all want to ask. Just get it out in the open. And I love that. And her question was, are you seeing someone or are you in a polygamous relationship? That question was from Rosie. She answered it, and what she said was, I am seeing somebody. She said that she has a boyfriend or whatever she calls him. I want marriage, I want kids, and I know that my guy whose 16,000 square foot house I'm living at, who's in Miami with his wife or whoever, he's not going to give me that. And so I want something else. So I like that she addressed it. So speaking of which, I'm a little off about Liz and how she answered her question. So let's rewind to the beginning of the episode. We see Liz with her family, her husband. She's a stepmom. The father, he had custody of the girls, and there's 3 girls. And one of the girls, she's pregnant by her boyfriend. So they come over and they're like meeting the boyfriend's family, and she gives us a little bit background about being a mom and stuff, and she says that she always wanted kids, but having her own wasn't in the cards, and this was fulfilling enough for her to be a stepmom, bonus mom, however you want to call it. So I love that for her. We finally meet Rulla. Oh, here's something I didn't know about Liz. Liz is half Syrian. And so is Rulla. Rulla's half Syrian too. I thought they were both Italian, but Rulla, I knew that she wasn't, but I thought Liz was. But Liz is half Syrian. So I love it. I love that there's diversity, because I was like, oh no, we cannot have another franchise where everybody's just holding the meatball, right? What is it that New Jersey holds? I always thought that they held the meatball, and somebody was like, Lisa, what the fuck are you talking about? Nobody's holding meatballs. I legit thought the cast of New Jersey held meatballs. Somebody tell me what they hold. It's meatballs? I thought it was meatballs. But anyway, so I'm glad that Rulla isn't like the lone Middle Eastern diverse person. I hate it when any franchise has the token minority. I hate it. So both Rulla and Liz are both half Syrian. What I had a problem with was when Rulla was like, when you produce these kids, I felt the same way with this interaction with Rulla and Liz, when she's like, when these are my kids that I produce. And I was just like, ill. And then Alicia, she goes over to Kiki with Kelsey. Kelsey's house is gorgeous. That mansion that she's living from her sugar daddy, like, girl, whatever. I mean, whoever you end up with, but you know what? Sometimes true love is worth it, because let me tell you, King Edward VII, he gave up the British crown to marry Wallace Simpson, a divorcee American. He gave up being a king to be with Wallace Simpson. So you know what? Love is that strong, right? Maybe she doesn't need a 16,000 square foot home if she could find a man that she is just swooning over, head over heels, right? But for now, she's in an empty house 6 months out of the year by herself with her and her housekeeper. Anyway, Alicia comes over. They talk a little bit about the whole picnic, Rosie's picnic from episode 1. Alicia says to Kelsey, like, look, there was no bad intent behind it. Like, we're just curious. I'm nosy. I wanted to find out, whatever. The smart thing about Kelsey, that she's not hiding it. And that's the best thing you could do. You put it out there, they can't hold that against you, and you don't look like an asshole, basically. Alicia, like, holy shit, because she's saying she ran a woman over. Like, who are you running over? Like, what? She said she ran a woman over, and she said it so casually too. She's like, I don't like driving on bridges. I don't like driving on highways. I've swerved off the road. I've went off a bridge. I ran over a woman. And she's just saying, like, I ran over a woman like it was nothing. I was just like, girl, I can imagine what your insurance premiums must be like, but okay. I'm thinking, why haven't we met Rulla yet? Is Rulla full-time, or she's a friend up? Because she didn't appear in the first episode. And I'm starting to understand why she didn't appear in the first episode. I'm going to get to that later. So we finally meet her. They meet up for lunch, and there is already beef between Ruella and Joellen. So apparently, from what I gather anyway, Ruella's man was stepping out on her. He got caught red-handed. Joellen got the proof of it. Joellen lets Ruella know your man is cheating on you and there's Instagram proof. She gets sent the proof. Everything is all good and girl power and, sisterhood of the traveling pants and whatever else. But then where it goes sour is that I guess Joellen started sharing that tea with everybody else. Now, Ruella and her husband, according to Joellen's narrative, is that they tried to get her in trouble with her job. They started calling and emailing her workplace to try to get her fired. I'm siding with Joellen on this because if your man is stepping out, why are you mad at Joellen? Your man's cheating on you. So you don't think that anybody else knows. You think that all of this is just coming from Joellen. But the fact is, if there is pictures out there, whoever the side piece is, you best believe that she's telling everybody she knows, especially now that you're on TV. Now that he's on TV, let me tell you, I guarantee you that woman, she's telling everybody everything, okay? So she's having that anger towards Joellen because she feels like Joellen is going around telling everybody about it. Joellen would have only found out about it because that woman already put it out there. Because if she didn't put it out there, how would Joellen know about it? So I didn't understand that anger. You should be mad at your husband. And then Ruella, this part, I was just like, oh, damn, girl. Ruella starts spilling Liz's tea. She's just like in her confessional. She's like, well, there were problems with Liz and her husband. And, there was some infidelities. And I was just like, damn, Ruella, like what? Ruella was giving us more than what Liz was giving us. She was just like, she was writing up Liz's freaking biography. I was just like, Liz, we need to talk about this. Well, anyway, Kelsey, she has an all-cast event for the ladies. Everybody gets invited, but Ruella doesn't show up. And I was like, oh, Ruella, this is why I think you're a friend of. You are refusing to go to full cast events. Now, I could understand the first full cast event. Joellen was hosting it, so of course she's not going to invite Ruella. But now, Kelsey, she's having a full cast event, and you still didn't show up. And this is why you were not shown on the premiere episode. You need to show up for work. This is how you guarantee that you're in every single scene. You go to the events, especially the full cast events. You go to the events, and she didn't. So the only scene that we got was like of her and Liz and Kelsey. But at least we get some backstory into what the hell happened, because I'm just like, what? Anyway, this wine tasting event that Kelsey's hosting, everybody's talking about rumors, questions that they want to ask. Apparently, Rosie was accused of sleeping with a coach. What she said sounded really interesting to me. She said something like she's barely attracted to her husband. I was just like, oh, is that a slip of the tongue? And she is beautiful. Anybody else feel like Joellen and Teresa have very similar facial features? If you look at photos of Teresa when she first started her franchise, Joellen looks like Teresa when Teresa was in her 30s and she was in Real Housewives of New Jersey in those early seasons. I was like, oh, they have very similar features. But Rosie was like, I barely want to be with my husband. You think I'm going to be with some old man basketball player? I thought that was very interesting the way she said it. I felt like it was a little bit a slip of a tongue. She's gorgeous. I feel like she could definitely find a better looking husband, but whatever. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I'm not saying anything. She said it. She said it. And then the question that Liz gets asked is from Alicia. And it's basically if she's cheating or she's with some man. I don't know. Apparently there's some man named Dino in the mix. I was like, Dino. The only time I've ever heard that name Dino was in high school, Dino Michelli. And I was just like, are you hooking up with Dino Michelli? Anyway, let me not. But apparently Liz and Dino have like some special friendship bond going on. She's denying it, but I'm looking at all her eye movements and I was like, I'm not sure I believe you, Liz. I'm not sure I believe you. I think there's some hanky-panky going on with you and Dino. She denies it though. I already told you what Kelsey's question was. She said that she does have another man, that she's a side piece, but she's got a man that's a side piece also. How she said it was like, listen, right now this is what I want, and I know that my sugar daddy isn't going to give it to me, and I'm not okay with that. So she puts it out in the open. And you know what, with Kelsey though, I feel like, because she said that her sugar daddy was really supportive, and I was like, girl, he's trying to pull a Camille Beverly Hills Camille, her husband wanted her to be on the show so that she could get a paycheck so that this man would not have to be paying her alimony, okay? Or if he did have to still pay alimony, that it was going to be significantly reduced because of the fact that she was getting a significant paycheck. She was gainfully employed. And I kind of feel like, oh, I feel like this is where it's heading. That man wants you to get your own money so that he could find somebody younger. That's what happens when you're sugar babies. You age out. You age out. So that's what's going on. She probably knows it. She's probably like, oh, I'm hitting my 30s. I'm already expired at this point. And that was basically the episode. Rulla, she didn't show up for the all-cast event. She should have. I felt like if she would have, it would have cleared the air. But Joellen was coming in hot and heavy. Oh, by the way, Joellen, her question was whether or not she's a swinger. She says that they're not swingers, but she has a lot of friends that are swingers. And she said that, you know, her and her husband had a threesome before. So, okay, whatever. Whatever. That was the question. She claims not, but I'm not sure I believe that either. And then Alicia, her question was whether or not Alicia ever slept with Joellen's husband because they grew up together. Alicia says that she knows Joellen very well because Joellen's older sister, Jen, was her best friend and that she did her first communion with Gary, Joellen's husband. But if you guys also remember in the premiere episode, Alicia said that Joellen's sister Jen, Joellen's husband, they did hanky-panky together. Now, I don't know if they did hanky-panky in high school or what, but yeah, so there's that. I don't know what Ashley's question was. Does anybody remember what the hell Ashley's question was? I don't even think she had a question because I sure as hell don't remember what the hell her question was. I will say this for Ashley though. I mean, Ashley's kind of boring. I mean, you know, whatever. She's quiet. She's not from Rhode Island. She married into Rhode Island because her husband's from Rhode Island. She and Joellen had a date because their kids are both young, so they had a play date together. One of the things that I will say for Bravo is that Rhode Island was a great choice because there is no scenery like New England, okay? It's so beautiful over there. Well, anyway, they have a play date and legit Ashley starts crying because she's overwhelmed. I never watch her on The Bachelor. I don't watch The Bachelor. I know she was on it. But apparently that is like a thing with her. That's a normal thing. She cries. I will say this about Ashley. Girl, that jawline is so snatched, okay? That, I mean, I don't know if it's couture, if it's just God, but that jawline is so snatched. I am jealous. It is like so perfectly defined. Like, what the hell was her question? I don't know. We get a sneak peek. Apparently somebody's having some sort of masquerade event. I don't know who's hosting it, but whatever. It looks like Joellen and Rulla get into it. Somebody's getting into it. I don't know. Somebody's screaming at somebody and it looks interesting. I like it. It feels very fast paced. I was a little worried that, oh, we're going to get a little bit of a boring season. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought of the episode. Did you like it? And what do you guys think of Rulla? What do you think of like the games? You think they were all telling the truth? I'm side-eyeing Liz and Joellen. I don't believe their answers to their questions. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.